Wilkinson Chevy Cadillac Buick GMC welcomes you to the NFHS Network Game of the Week. Brought to you by New Image Media.
As the Lee County Yellow Jackets travel up here to Greensboro to take on Southeast Guilford. I'm flying solo for a little while as we work out some audio issues with Jerry. Jerry, Lee County, we talk about this a lot, hasn't missed the state playoffs since 2011. Fill in the blank. Southeast Guilford has not missed the playoffs since 2009. 2009. A rich history here at Southeast. Nice program. I mean, you can pencil them into playoffs every year. They have been Jekyll and Hyde thus far this season. A big win against Southern Guilford, and then a game that I think they'd probably prefer to forget against Dudley. But Dudley does that to folks sometimes.
Yeah. Definitely. Basically, the way the first one, they won the first game, they lost the second game in the same manner.
Yeah, in both games, Southeast Guilford didn't really light it up on the offensive side of the ball. They'll be looking to get it untracked here, led by tailback Ian McKinnon. He'll get the ball early and often in the running game. Jonathan Davey, quarterback, athletic young man, junior, 5'9", 144. He'll try to stretch the field a little bit, and his primary target is likely to be Cody Ferguson. Lee County, Jack Martin, junior quarterback, makes his third start, first time out of the chute. A little rocky in the passing game, got it untracked in the second half. Last week, St. Paul's packed the box, looked to take away the running game, and Mr. Martin had a pretty doggone good night.
Spread the ball around pretty good, but however, I got to go with his nickname. Juicy had a great game.
Juicy had a great game. And when you talk about Juicy, you're talking about Kamari Butler.
Exactly.
Kamari Butler, an athletic young man, went for 216 last week. That's a night. All right, there's a high-spinning kickoff from Lee County, fielded short return, and the Falcons will take over in the orange and black, moving from right to left across your screen. Beautiful night out here. Everything was rolling smoothly until I hit traffic up here about 10 minutes down south of here. Man.
So Lee County will be missing, I'm going to say star defensive players tonight in Ronnie Hooker. I definitely think that will make a little difference on the defensive side of the ball.
Ronnie Hooker, one of those edge rushers. They'll be looking for Julian Best, number 0. He's on the near side here. Fumble returns for touchdowns in each of the last 2 weeks. Davey from the gun, hauls it out there. Oh, Isaiah Peoples had a bead on it, and had he got his hands to it, that was going to the house. That came out slow and wobbly. Davey 0 for 1 to start the ball game. And if you're on the Southeast Guilford sideline, that one will get your blood pressure up.
See what he does tonight, Chris. What you think?
Well, we'll see. Davey from the gun drops. Best with the pressure. Ball comes out late. That one is picked, and that's going the other way. Isaiah McKendall, one of the leaders of that defense, with the pick, and Lee County will have a short field to start. They'll set up shop right at the 30-yard line. Lee County, this offense, guys to watch. Obviously, you start with the quarterback. He's going to touch the ball every snap, but number 7, B.J. Brown, one of the better tailbacks in the state, he's going to touch it almost every snap, it seems like. Brown comes in with his eyes on the prize. He needs about 1,100 yards the rest of the way to break the Lee County all-time rushing record. That's a pass from Martin on first down, and he'll have a man 12 yards on that first down hookup. Zayden McCrimmon on the catch. What do you expect to see tonight from Lee County, Jerry? Say again? All right. Martin from the gun. Takes the snap, hands to Brown. Brown bounces to the right, picking his way. Never loses balance, and he'll coast into the end zone. That is a touchdown on his first touch of the night, 16 yards for Brown. And Lee County out to an early lead. And there is a hush here at Southeast Guilford. Oh, that's going to come back. I was scribbling notes and keeping stats and missed the flag. Going to be a hold against Lee County, so the 6 points comes off the board, and the ball will be spotted back at the 25-yard line where it'll be first down, and we'll do this over again. Lee County come out in their normal spread offense, 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Martin will operate exclusively out of the gun. B.J. Brown to his right, takes the hand, comes back in the middle, and breaks it out to the right again. Got a little bit of work to do. He's down to the 10, inside the 10, going to be spun down there at the 9, and that'll be 12 yards on the carry for Brown.
Chris, what do you think about that carry, man?
I think that B.J. Brown always looks like he's moving slow. Try that again, Jerry.
Let's see. Am I working?
You're good to go. You're good to go. All right.
Got to go old school.
2nd and 4 for the Jackets. Fakes the hand to Brown. Now has the screen set up and has his man who is pushing the pile down to the 6-yard line. That is Raymond Knotts with the catch. And they'll mark him a yard short, 3rd and 1. So 3 on the catch for Knotts.
Transferred in last year from Richmond County. I think they may be missing him a little bit.
All right, Brown with the carry. Has the first down and into the end zone. So 7 yards on the touchdown carry for B.J. Brown. Second trip into the end zone, first time that'll count. And Lee County now is out to a 6-0 lead.
Well, let me check now, Chris. Is that am I good there? Okay, there I go. There I go.
Welcome to the game, Jerry.
Yeah, man. I've been here a little while.
You were providing top shelf color there for the first couple minutes.
You didn't even hear me, man.
You know, 10:04 to go. Hernandez on to add the extra point. It is up and good, and Lee County takes an early lead. We'll take a quick break and be back with the kickoff. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, welcome back to Greensboro, Southeast Guilford County High School. I got to be careful, man, because they've got about 6. Are there 6 of them that are geographically named here in Guilford County?
Yeah.
I can't keep track about it.
Yeah, it's a few. Definitely a few.
Southeast, the Falcons. Like I said in the opening, a team that you can pretty much pencil into the playoffs year after year. This is a good football club. And Lee County came out and threw the first punch. We'll see if Southeast Guilford can answer on their second possession. Almost picked on the first throw of the night. Picked for real the second time around.
That was a pretty good start for Lee County. They have
it
had
doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Man, they've had some slow starts this season. The first 2 games took really the second half for them to get it going.
They have. If there's a criticism of Coach Steve Bordeaux here, Lee County has in his 6th year, and it's kind of hard to find fault.
Yeah.
Is these teams have had a tendency to start slowly. All right, there's the hand to McKinnon, and he'll be wrapped up after a short gain. We'll give him 2 on the carry.
Gang of Jackets on the tackle right there. Good to see Adio Asanya back tonight as well. He missed last game. So he's happy to be back on the field, I'm pretty sure. Very wired.
All right, I said that Southeast Guilford, the offense really didn't get loose last week against Dudley, but Dudley is a formidable opponent. We'll see if Lee County can keep him in check that way tonight. Davey drops, throws, got the screen, and good block there on the edge. That's going to be a first down. Gets 10 on the throw, and that is Cody Ferguson. Nope, Kobe Ferguson. I had it right the first time. And that'll be a Falcon first down.
See what Jackets do on these corners, man. That if there's a fault, if there's something that I can pick on, it would be that. It would definitely be their corners, not the size of your average.
All right, McKinnon
nice
going to be
play.
dropped in the backfield. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and Io came in late to clean that up and get the tackle for a loss. Loss of 1 for McKinnon, and 2nd and 11 coming up. The criticism, I think, is that they're undersized in the secondary. No shortage of talent, and particularly, number 14, Anthony Battle back there at safety is a ball hawk, led the team in interceptions last year, sort of a revelation last year.
Agreed.
And is the leader of that secondary with Peoples. Peoples back playing safety tonight. That's a little bit different look than we see oftentimes. He spends a lot of time at corner. All right, Davey surveys the defense. Ooh, looked like a jump.
Lamison on the hard count.
Well, got his receiver out here on the near side too, but Lamison a little bit bigger, got the official's attention. So he gets the flag. Looked like Ferguson got a little bit of a lean going there.
I follow a lot of these guys on Twitter, man, and I tell you, Lamison has got some stuff going right now with a lot of different colleges looking at him.
Well, he's got a big frame. He's a young man we've been waiting to sort of come into his own, and this may be the year he breaks out. 2nd and 6, Davey from the gun, drops, tries to get it out quick. He's got McKinnon in the flat. McKinnon, and he'll pick up 9 on the catch. So McKinnon getting to doing. Oh, take a pause.
Let's see.
There's a flag there down near the spot of the tackle. Let's see what the call is here. The officials converse, and we'll have our first. There's a face mask at the end, so we'll give him 9 plus the face mask on the end of that. So that winds up being a big play for the Falcons, and they'll be set up at the 29-yard line. All right, Davey hands to McKinnon. McKinnon doing work, and he'll have 8 on the carry, close to another first down.
Nice open field tackle by Peoples there. He's low to the ground, man, so you're definitely going to have to – you're going to run him up. You're going to have to get very low, man.
So here at Southeast Guilford, head coach Earl – I want to make sure I get this right.
Bates.
Errol Bates. This is 4th season here at Southeast Guilford. He was at Reedsville for almost 20 years. 6 state championships on that staff as an assistant.
That's tough.
There's 6 of them. You run out of fingers, buddy.
That's tough, man. Some rich history right there, man.
All right, going to be close to, and they're going to call it a first down on the carry.
So I know we were saying that Ferguson was their leading receiver. The crazy part is Travis Covington, the receiver DB, has the most touchdowns this year.
Yep, he does. McKinnon stopped.
QB.
No, good misdirection. I didn't realize Davey still had the football. He deked us. Davey calling his own number. He'll get 2 on the carry.
Eddie Asanya on a great stop there.
All right, clock running at 6:50. Southeast with a nice answer to the scoring drive for Lee County.
Tell you what, Chris, this is a nice field. I do say that, man. Very nice field.
All right, Davey hands to McKinnon. McKinnon picking his way and runs through a tackle. He'll be close to another first down. Give him 6 more on the carry. All right, big third down coming up here. 3rd and 2. So we said, you know, Jekyll and Hyde. Southeast came out week 1, 55-6, put it on Southern Guilford, but then Dudley returned the favor the next week.
Yeah.
57-0. All right, McKinnon with the carry, stuffed. Ooh, only needed 2 and gets none. There's 4th and 2 coming up. What's the call, Coach?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. You know, I'm not sure you know how their field goal unit is.
Well, doesn't look like anybody's coming off the field,
Not at
so
all.
Southeast appears to be going for it. They got Lee County once with a hard count already. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. This one of those squads that runs the no huddle but doesn't seem to do it with too much urgency.
Right.
They'll milk the clock, and I think they're going to run this down. And now inside 10 on the play clock, they'll run this down and get a timeout and talk about it here. So 3, 2, 1, there's the timeout. 5:06 to go, clock stops. Southeast is going to talk about this big 4th down, and while they do, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
Did you know that teen alcohol use kills more people than all other drugs combined, and not just in car crashes?
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not
Jerry.
all realtors are the same. I'm
Jerry.
Crystal
Yes,
Copas,
sir.
and
You
I don't
gotta
just
keep
stick a
that
sign
mic
in the yard,
close
throw
to
it
your
in the
mouth. I
MLS, and
almost let it
hope
in
to
my
collect
mouth.
a
You're letting it
commission.
slip every
I
time
provide
it
a
does.
customized marketing plan that
I almost
includes
have to-
professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with Remax Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
All right, welcome back to
Yes,
Southeast.
sir.
Guilford High School. This community, it's like an oasis.
It is,
There's
man.
nothing but woods out to the highway, and then boom, you're on a traffic circle and you're here. It's
Yes,
kind of wild.
sir.
All right, 4th and 2, big play in the ball game. 5:06 to go in the first quarter. Lee County up 7-0. Jonathan Davey from the gun. A little bit different look formation-wise. Takes the snap, hands to McKinnon. McKinnon will have
He's going
it.
to get there first.
Dragged down at the 7. That is Thomas McKendall with the tackle, but not before McKinnon picks up enough for a first down. McKinnon with 7 carries on this drive already.
And that will give them 1st and goal from the
First and
6.
goal inside the Remax red zone. The Southeast Guilford Falcons.
No, I coached a couple AU basketball games here. Hey, man. Nice school, nice gym, nice football field.
All right, Davey going to keep it
getting
and
outside.
bust it
He's
out to the
gonna
right,
score.
and he will walk in. Oh,
Oh,
there's a
there's a-
late flag. I don't think the Falcons realize it yet. And I think this one's coming off the board, Jerry.
I know that's what Lee County's hoping at least.
Well, there's been some wrestling out there on the edges. I'll
Yeah.
say that. We haven't seen a hold called, and I'm not certain that this one is either based on what they're going to mark it from that spot. So the hold occurred down about the 1-yard line, assuming that's what it is, and it is. So that'll back them up to the 11. It'll be 1st and goal from the 11, and just like Lee County on their first walk into the end zone, Southeast has a touchdown wiped off the scoreboard.
I'm still waiting on this breakout game from Lee County from the kickoff to the end. I just don't see consistency in their defense yet. What they have been known for a little bit more so through these past few years.
Well, let's not get it twisted now.
Yeah, I mean,
This is a top 100 4A program.
hey,
And good talent at the skill positions.
I'm still waiting.
Well,
I can't give a
I hear
pass,
you,
Chris.
Jerry, you're hard.
I
man.
can't give a pass, man. I'm waiting to see it.
All right, and Southeast, I think, is going to get. Who called? Yep, Southeast is
Yep.
going to burn their second timeout. Coach didn't like something he saw. 4:05. We'll stay right here. Yeah, Jerry, I hear what you're saying,
Yeah,
but at the same time, you're playing a good football team,
I agree.
and the numbers don't belie an offensive juggernaut here, but they're good skill position players. That's
yeah.
indisputable.
Yeah.
McKinnon is the running back 1A, B, C, and D here. Davey, an athletic quarterback we've already seen, and they've got some quickness out there with the receivers.
So let me change it then. I haven't seen the pressure on the quarterback in the backfield that we're accustomed to seeing Lee County with over these last few years. Having an edge. I mean, we can say a second half.
Okay.
We've seen it in the second half.
Let's go back in time.
Let's go.
Talk about week 1.
Let's go.
Week 1, they played a wing T team.
Yeah, I agree.
Who had them all crossed up with misdirection. Didn't try to throw the ball much.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they put it on St. Paul's pretty good. They gave up 14 points.
Way in the second half.
Yeah, but we're talking about the defense right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense only gave up 1 touchdown against St. Paul's.
There's another.
And McKinnon is going to be close to the goal line. That pile is moving backwards now. Be 2nd and 1. We'll give him 10 on the carry for McKinnon.
I feel like
I understand what you're saying, but you also you're a little spoiled because we're looking back, 5 years ago.
I mean, I can
to
go
one
back.
of the best defensive lines you ever want to see on a high school football team.
I can go back 4.
Fair enough. Davey from the gun, 2nd and goal from about the 2, and that is offsides. Is one of those interior defenders for the Jackets. Got a head start. That'll move it about halfway to the goal line. No, we've talked about that. And last year, what was missing from this defensive line was a disruptor.
Yep.
One guy that when you needed a play could make a play. And there were guys that kind of showed up in spots. I remember at Overhills, Prince Lamison saved the day with a big sack late. But, yes, it hasn't been the Princes or the Evans or the Johnsons, guys that, killed it. All right, touchdown Southeast there as we're sidetracked completely. And was it McKinnon on the carry?
There was.
All right, McKinnon on that drive, 9 carries for 33 yards. And here's some perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about the defense, you're like, they give up a drive,
Right.
Southeast walks it down the field. When you're holding the opposing tailback to less than 4 yards of carry, hard to, get bent out of shape about that. You got to keep things in perspective, buddy.
I'm trying. I'm giving it a shot, Chris, but I gotta see. Oh, wow! This looks like some Birdo stuff. Here we go.
Here it is. All right, this is all about the numbers. There is the pitch, and
McKinnon.
No. Now it's got to be some sort of procedure flag, I would imagine. It is, but I don't think this is a false start. I think it's going to be procedure. Yes. Are they going to run it back? Did they whistle that dead, Jerry? I'm so confused right now.
I can't even tell.
All right, so they're going to get to run this again. You said something about the kicking game earlier, and I think we might have our answer here. Because even now, with the ball spotted back at the 8, it does not appear like there's a kicker coming onto the field. Oh, he's in a boot. Well,
kicker can't kick the boot.
It'd be cool to watch him try, I suppose. All right, so from the 8-yard line, Southeast trying to overcome a little bit of adversity here. Davey from the gun drops, looking, throws it across the middle. Got a man. Looky there. Number 1 with the reception, that is Brian Arendt. And Southeast turn up the pressure, 8-7.
This is the first time Lee County has been down this year, actually. 8-7. I mean, that's not saying a lot.
It's significant.
It's significant.
It's significant. Now, Southeast look good on offense there. So you got a bad drive, good drive. Now they got to play some defense.
Well, I'll tell you what, just to give a quick update, Union Pines over Western Hornet right now, 14-0. Hope County, 0. Douglasburg, 0. Pinecrest, 7-3 over Middle Creek right now. And Scotland, 7-0 over Marlboro County.
Well, Union Pines needs to get well. So good to see them doing what they need to do against Western Hornet. Looking for their first W of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
And Pinecrest Middle Creek, were I not here, I think that might be the game in the region I'd like to be at.
Yeah, I know that seemed like that may be a good one.
Lee County hosts Panther Creek next week, a game I'm excited about. And there's an onside attempt, and Lee County going to fall on it. Lee County getting a little bit of their own medicine. They've been doing that for years. They'll take over at the 31-yard line going the other way, and Southeast going to have to they're going to have to find a remedy for number 7, B.J. Brown, who likes nothing better than to drop 200 yards on folks.
Oh, yeah, man. He said he had a lot to prove after last week at being held to 118 yards. That's the lowest he's had, man.
Well,
I don't know, Chris.
And the irony is that people looked at him and were like, what's wrong with the running game? And he averaged almost 6 yards a carry. All right, fakes to BJ now, throws, and a third different jacket on that reception. And that'll be 8 yards with Samuel Benton on the reception. All right, so Martin coming out of the box hot. Now 3 for 3 to start the game. And after the big week last week, we've not seen Kamari Butler in the passing game. B.J. Brown drugged down awkwardly there, has the first down, but there's a flag on the play. Or was that not a flag?
Yeah, that's a flag on the ground.
Very methodical, this officiating crew, with their calls. Because they want to spend enough time, make sure they get it right.
Yes, sir. Little hold there. Bring them back.
All right, so they would have been right at the sticks. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 12. And this, with a young quarterback, and everything is relative, a junior quarterback, but this is only his third start at the varsity level. You want to stay in front of the sticks, but it is nice to have that security blanket there. B.J. Brown will get it, and he stumbles and falls. That was awkward.
That was weird.
I think he and Martin may have banged knees there.
That's definitely what it looked like.
All right, so now 3rd and 16, and as good as Lee County looked on the first possession.
Yeah, looks a little different this possession.
Looks a little different this possession. All right, don't want to panic here. 3rd and 16. And this is the question mark. Can Lee County get the ball down the field? They've got the athletes that theoretically ought to be able to get down the field, but making that happen. Here's a screen. This is going to be Knotts. Knotts looking for space. He's got it.
He's got a lot of space.
He stretches those legs out, and on 3rd and 16, he's going to go for 21, and that was an awful lot of effort from that young man there. Raymond Knotts asserting himself on the offense, said, you know what, Butler, you can get your 200 last week.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go ahead and start working on mine here. 21 on the catch, and that's coming back too.
Coming back
maybe.
Again.
If they call ineligible man downfield, I'm going to scream.
So that has been really big. Even in did we speak of that last week?
I think I end up talking about it every week. Nope, this is another hold.
Wow. Rough for Lee County.
So 21 more yards for Lee County wiped out, and now you're backed up at the 15, and you kind of just want to make sure you get positive yard and flip this field as little as you possibly can. So 3rd and a mile coming up for Lee County. 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Martin from the gun takes a snap, hands to Brown. Brown got a lot of work to do. Cuts it back up inside, and it's going to go all the way. He has 20 on the carry and still going to come up 6 yards short. All right, so a hollow 20-yard gain for B.J. Brown there.
Definitely not the offensive possession Lee County wanted. More penalty yards than anything. Nice kick.
Oh, and we saw some struggles in the punting game week 1 for Lee County, which was kind of wild. I was going to say funny, but there's nothing funny about it. But we watched enough in the preseason and at practice to see that, Hernandez got a nice boot.
Yeah, he got a nice boot.
And week 1, it was a mess.
We didn't see that.
It was a mess. All right. First and 10, going right to left for Southeast. A minute left in the first quarter. Rough first possession, but a masterful drive the second, culminating with a touchdown run by Ian McKinnon, who's already got 9 carries in the game. All right, McKinnon will get number 10 right there. He is tough sledding, but he'll pick up 3 on the carry.
They definitely like to run McKinnon in the trenches, and he's not scared.
No. Low center gravity guy, pushes the pile, but quick enough that he can gash you. There's the screen. Ferguson's going to get about a yard. And this will bring up a third down if Southeast elects to run another play here.
I think they may let that clock run.
Well,
No?
about a 9-second differential. Maybe they'll line it up and try to hard count here before the play clock runs to 0. Got 20 seconds left on the play clock. Bring a man in motion. And nope, Davey snaps it, rolls right. Pressure coming, got his man.
He's open.
And hits that receiver, rolling him out one of those little sprint routes. Travis Covington needed 5 and got, where are they going to spot that ball?
He was completely
We'll call it
uncovered
14 on the catch for Covington. Nice play design there. And that'll bring us to the end of the first. Southeast 8, Lee County 7. It's going to be a good ball game, Jerry.
It's going to be a good ball game. Southeast showing they can move the ball.
All right, we'll be back with the second quarter after these messages.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
Welcome back to Southeast Guilford County High School in Greensboro, North Carolina. Short walk for the teams to change ends there. Ball spotted at the 43. Lee County, that defense looking to make a play, but Southeast doing a good job of keeping them off balance.
Definitely.
Good balance so far from the Falcons. 6 runs, 6 passes, 11 rushes. All right, Ian McKinnon in the backfield with quarterback Jonathan Davey. Here we go. Finally, they're going to wind that clock. And there goes man in motion. McKinnon going to have another crack at it, and he's into the secondary, and he'll be close to a first down. We'll give him 9 on the carry.
Tell you what, he's just not busting loose big runs.
Nope.
But he's getting 4 or 5 yards every carry.
Well, and like the conversation that Coach Steve Bordeaux and I had on Monday, we were talking about B.J. Brown and his stat line, but if you can pick up, 5-6 yards a carry, you can win every ball game.
Yes, sir.
All right, 9 more for McKinnon, who came into tonight with 25 carries for 118. He may get 25 by halftime. And there's number 12. He'll be wrapped up, but not before he has a first down. He keeps pushing that pile. Hit after a gain of about 1, but pushes that all the way down. He'll pick up 4 on that carry. Well, no doubt about what they want to accomplish. Now, the upside for Lee County is that they are very deep on that defensive front. They haven't got that disruptor, but running the ball at the belly is not going to wear them out because they'll just keep rotating big bodies in there.
Oh, yeah.
But if you keep hitting that middle, you're neutralizing the edge players.
New back.
And into the game for the first time at tailback is number 24.
Nice size kid there.
Number 24, Caleb Jackson, and he will have 3 yards on his first effort.
Heard Trey Chubbs a lot this year. I
Yeah.
said, Chris, so he's definitely
Started out at center, hated it. Absolutely hated it.
Who wants to play center?
You know?
You snap the ball and get popped in the head.
Yeah, man. So good to see him finding a position he's liking. He's very successful at it, I'll tell you that.
All right, Davey with McKinnon back in there with him. That was a short break. McKinnon, no, Davey going to keep it himself and is going to be tackled for a 1-yard loss on the play. Helmet comes off. That could be huge. So Southeast, with only one timeout left here in the first half, is going to have to take their quarterback out for a snap. That's a big deal, sir.
Definitely on third down.
All right, so 3rd and 9 coming up, and we've got in at quarterback number 22, Jacoby Jimerson, who's listed at Oaks. I take that back. 22. Now that what? No idea what's going on here.
Maybe
number 18, it looks like Jermaine Harris is going to line up at quarterback, and he does. And now Southeast confused me. They confused themselves, and they're going to get a timeout. That's the last timeout of the half. 9:15 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and see what Coach Bates has got up his sleeve on the other side of this.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed, where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one convenient location to make your buying experience easy. Our 3-acre sales center has over 60 sheds in stock, and if you don't see what you need, our sales experts can guide you through the custom design process to meet your unique needs. Get started today at ShedDepotNC.com.
All right, welcome back to Greensboro, Jerry. You know my favorite thing about Greensboro?
What's that?
The concerts that come through here.
Man, some great ones.
Apparently, this is the largest. The Coliseum here.
Okay.
Is the largest venue on the East Coast.
Really?
Yeah.
Never
which is
thought
why
that.
you get all of these concerts, all the big acts come through.
I never would have thought that.
Last show I saw there, I think, was the Foo Fighters, but I've been there several times.
I want to see Jay-Z in
From
France.
the gun, and Jimerson hands to McKinnon. McKinnon wrapped up. No, good misdirection. And that's the keeper from Jimerson, and he needed 9 and got 14. And it was Jermaine Harris on the carry. Nice play call, man. I mean, that right there is
Huge.
a timeout well spent.
Huge play. 3rd down and pick up a first.
Lee
with
County, man, you
backup
got your
quarterback.
number 1 quarterback out of the game. You got to think you're going to get off the field, but instead, Southeast down inside the Remax red zone. Davey hands to McKinnon again. McKinnon forward lean. It's going to have about 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, the offensive line, I got to give them their props right now. They are definitely holding down their blocks, man. They're picking up yardage each possession.
Well, and McKinnon hadn't gotten loose yet, but whether he's hit at the line of scrimmage or whether he's hit 2 yards behind the line or in front of the line of scrimmage, he pushes that pile.
Agreed.
So those 2-yard gains are 4-yard gains, and the 4-yard gains are 6-yard gains. And Southeast just eating up the yardage, eating up the clock. McKinnon into the line again. He'll only get 1 that time. So another 3rd down. That is the 14th carry of the night for McKinnon, 54 yards. And all this time, of course, we saw the Lee County offense shoot itself in the foot with penalties last time around. But, all this time ticking off the clock, these methodical drives is keeping that Lee County offense off the field. Now, it's worth noting Southeast tonight playing without their kicker, who's in a boot. So this may be 4-down territory. Davey going to run. He slid late there. And he will wind up about 2 yards short of the sticks. 3 on the carry for Davey. And this is a 4th down coming up, and field goals don't appear to be an option.
Definitely going for it.
Apparently, only one individual in the entire student body that can kick field goals.
Hey, that's it.
Which is wild that it is such a specialty, but it's like that everywhere across the country.
Oh yeah.
All right, Davey from the gun lined up with McKinnon behind him, 4th and 2. Lee County looking to get off the field. They keep forcing 3rd and 4th downs. Davey hands to McKinnon. That's strung out, and he is going to be right at the sticks, and that's going to be a 1st down. Needed 2, got about 2.5. We'll give him 3 on the carry on his 15th tote of the half.
This is where that disruptor is missing for Lee County right now. Ronnie Hooker missing tonight. It's showing.
Well, all right, 1st and goal with the 4-yard line. And hands on hips out there for those Jackets.
Yeah.
That defense has been out there a long time. You had a couple of plays, and it was punched in for a touchdown on the first drive, and then 3 and out with some penalties thrown in there the second time around. The rest of it's been Southeast on the field. 2 really long drives.
Best jumped over on the edge. Let's see.
Well, so instead of
against Southeast.
Nope,
not at all.
That is going to be offsides, and instead of 1st and goal from the 4, it'll be 1st and goal from the 2, and Southeast looking to make a statement here. Go out. Nope, now they've changed their minds.
That's what I was.
That's going back the other way. A little confusion. So
no, he pointed back the other way.
1st and goal from the 9.
Here we go.
All right. Lee County looking to bow their backs and stop this drive. 6:18 to go in the half. No timeouts left for Southeast. No field goal kicker for Southeast. So they a little adversity here they got to deal with. Nursing. Now they've changed their minds again and decided it was against the defense.
Oh, wow.
And that is going up to about the 2.5 that I don't know how you I don't know how that happens.
Penalties are wreaking havoc.
Here we go. All right, 1st and goal from the 2. Davey from the gun. Hands to McKinnon. McKinnon is going to be very close and stopped about a foot short of the goal line. 2nd and goal by not much more than a length of the football. And now here they go. Hurry up. I like this. When you can execute in short yardage like this, there's no reason to let that defense reset. All right, McKinnon again, and he is in. No, he is short. Yep, touchdown. Touchdown. Took a while for the far side official to get it, but 5:42 to go. Lee County trailing for the first time. Now trailing by a full score for the first time. That stretches the lead out to 14-7, and Southeast will go for 2 again. See how many of these 2-point conversion plays they've got in their book. They're gonna start with this. They're going to start with this lineup here, and this is a math equation here normally. Of course, they ran a trick out of it. But from that gun, they're counting, and they're going to throw, and that's over everybody. So they got the first one, didn't get the second one. 14-7, 5:42 to go. Southeast will kick it back to Lee County. Lee County hope to keep the yellow flags off of the field and keep moving the ball down the field. Jerry, what do you think so far?
I think penalties are wreaking havoc.
You think? That's astute observation, sir.
Man, pretty easy to see that one. Pretty easy.
I mean, the story on the Southeast side has been Ian McKinnon, 15 carries for 57 yards, and Jonathan Davey, the quarterback, doing just enough in the passing game and with his wheels. And when they've needed 3 yards, they get 4. Lee County, a dynamic home run hitting offense. They just have to get out of their own way. But we could see this back and forth all night.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of defense being played right now.
We're going to see, Chris. We're going to see. I need to see something different in their offense right now.
Well, I'm a little disappointed, frankly, on this kickoff that they don't have somebody who can kick it deep, because I really would like to see Brown get his hands on a kick. But we're going to see Squibber, and oh, my gosh, that's picked up by –
I want to say it
touched. That took a wild bounce, and that's going to be Southeast ball, I believe. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
That looked like it wasn't going to cross the 50, and then took a weird turn and spun up into the air. The officials are going to talk about it, but I believe that's Southeast. Yeah. I believe that's Southeast ball. They're looking at it. It was close.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like it was going to go 10 yards, and then
they gave it to
bunny hop. And Southeast got the ball 1st and 10. They steal a possession here. 5:42 to go.
Might be a little hometown there now.
And Lee County, if you're on that recovery team, you go attack that football and don't wait for it to go 10 yards.
Agreed.
A little hesitation cost them. And Southeast set up with a short field here at the 49-yard line. And that defense for, Lee County, Coach Bordeaux wants to talk about it. I don't think he's real excited, and I think he might agree with you that he thinks that ball touched somebody, but at this point it doesn't matter.
It definitely touched him on the hip.
No, it wasn't. They've got that spot at a yard belonging on the 50, and that's not where it was.
It didn't make it 10. Yeah.
All right, so Isaiah Herring.
It touched the player.
The defensive coordinator calling defense for the first time this year. Well, this year is the first time he's calling. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. Do you see something schematically they could do different? Is there something wrong with calls, or do they need to execute better, or what are we talking about?
Chris, they just got to get some pressure on the ball. I mean, they're waiting. The play is coming to them. They're not approaching the play. The play is coming to them. That's what I'm seeing.
All right. Well, McKinnon in there, man, already needs some Epsom salts. 15 carries already, 5.5 to go in the half, and he's still in there at tailback. He came out for one play, the shortest break ever.
If you're McKinnon, you're loving it.
Yeah.
I mean you always want the ball.
You know what running back wants to come out of the game. All right. So 1st and 10 from the 49 in positive territory for Southeast. And you know what? If they play this right, they can run this thing down to nothing and not let Lee County see the ball back. There's the throw out in the flat. He's got Covington. Covington wrapped up, is going to have 4 on the carry, or on the catch, rather. So 4 for Covington, his second catch of the night. I.O.
Yeah.
All right, so 2nd and 6 coming up here. Io Adesanya out there on the tackle. Senior linebacker, one of those guys, seems like he's been on this team for 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
He and Isaiah McKendall have played 3 full years of varsity.
Yes, sir.
All right, Davey from the gun. Takes a snap, hands to McKinnon. McKinnon stuck. Nope,
Yep,
Davey pulls it, and he's gone. And he will have a first down. A 9-yard gain there by Jonathan Davey.
Disruptor missing.
Well, I mean, it doesn't do you any good if your disruptor is going the wrong direction. We saw plenty of that in week 1.
Yes, Lord.
But that's just good play call and good execution there. I'm interested to know if Southeast is running a legit RPO there or if it's designed to go to the quarterback. But one way or the other, they've gotten them a couple of times now with Davey pulling that out. 4.5 to go, ball at the 35, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Davey taking instruction from the sideline. 2 backs in the backfield now. And McKinnon's going to get it again and doing damage. And he'll have 7. And that'll bring up 2nd and short. And I said this Lee County defensive front would not wear out. I'm not sure I was accurate about that.
Yeah.
All right, Davey. Hands to McKinnon. The tireless one, going to be wrapped up. He'll have one more on that carry, and yet another 3rd down. I have not been keeping count, but one way or the other, Southeast has managed to keep the offense on the field through every one of these. 3rd downs and 4th downs. Clock inside 3.5.
Defense
Tick-tock.
Sucking air right now.
All right. Davey takes a snap. He's rolling. Hands to McKinnon. McKinnon with a head of steam, wrapped up and just across the 25, which will be enough. Got 3 on the carry. And that's Io with another stop, but not until they have another first down. These Falcons just keep it rolling, and now we're inside 3 minutes in the half. And that takes the air out of the offense on the other side there. They know they may not see this ball again this half. McKinnon checks out. Caleb Jackson in at tailback.
Jackson a big kid.
Davey takes a snap, drops, looking down the field, now swings it out into the flat to the left, hits his fullback, and he'll have about 4 on the catch. And that was number 11, Tony Little, with the reception. So after a really brutal start, Davies completed his last 6 passes and is now 6 for 8 for 42 yards on the night. And clock is ticking away down to 2 minutes. Very methodical from Coach Bates here. This is winning football. All right, Jackson alone in the backfield at the tailback position, lined up next to his quarterback. 2nd and 6. The hand is to Jackson. Jackson picking his way through. He's into the secondary, and he'll be all the way into the red zone down inside the 10-yard line. He'll have 13 on the carry, and they go hurry up here.
That defense has seen some better days, I tell you, man. They need something big. They need a big play.
Davey going to hand to Jackson again. Jackson stacked up inside the 5. He'll have 3 more on the carry. And they'll slow it down now. 1.5 minutes to go. McKinnon back in there. And, man, I tell you what, you can't dial it up better than this, buddy.
No, sir.
You're down here staring another touchdown in the face and not going to leave much time at all for Lee County on the clock. And they're telling Davey, take your time, play clock at 15. Oh, snap is over his head. Ball's out, and did he get it back? Davey gets it back, but he's back at the 10-yard line. Clock down to 1 minute. 3rd and 10 coming up.
That was close.
So a loss of 7 for Davey there on the bad snap. 3rd and 10. All these 3rd downs. Lee County's got to make a play here. Remember, Southeast without a timeout. Davey takes a snap. Looking. Pressure's coming. Now he takes it up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped. He's going to pick up a yard on the play. Clock ticking at 34. They should have plenty of time to get a play off here. To be 4th down, they're going to run it down to nothing and make this the last play of the half, Jerry.
Smart. Also, with a stop from Lee County, that can be great. It would leave you in a position to get the ball at the half and be able to tie the game up. You give up a score.
Well, 4th and 9. They got to do what they need to do on 4th and 9 here. All right, Davey drops. Pressure's coming. Had his man. He's wide open. Worked his way away from Isaiah McKindle. McKindle had the coverage and dropped off. I think he got baited by Davey, who looked like he might run with it. But he kept his eyes down the field and hit his receiver. And Southeast, with 8 seconds to go in the half, is up 2 scores, 20-7.
Who would have thunk?
A lot of folks here in Southeast would have thought.
Yes, sir. Who would have thought?
But I tell you what, 2 minutes into this, Lee County looked like this might be one of those nights, but it is definitely not. Now, we've seen a lot of halftime adjustments over the last couple of years.
Yeah. It's going to take a big one.
They're going to have to do something with that defense. All right, Davey from the gun, trying for 2. He fakes to McKinnon, now has a man.
Beautiful
and gets
play.
it, and that is 22. He has number 11 on the reception, Tony Little.
I'll tell you what, Chris. I've seen some plays tonight that were absolutely just, man, beautiful.
All right, Southeast all over these Jackets.
I'm not used to looking over there at that sideline over there and seeing the fans steal. Hey, man.
Got to have a football ahead of them.
Man.
I mean, Lee County can come out and do some things here, but you've got to get off the field on 3rd down.
You got to.
It's that simple. And, it's hard to find fault with the play calling on the defense. You just got to execute, get off there on 3rd down. All right, so 8 seconds to go in the half. Last time they kicked off, Southeast stole a possession with the onside kick. And here comes another one. That is right at somebody. Help you get on that ball. And tries to pick it up. Oof. Man, oh, man, oh, man. All right, so on the recovery, Bradley Brown. B.J. Brown comes up, does that. 3 seconds to go here.
Will we see a play down the field?
You know what? I think you stick it in BJ's belly. I think that's as high percentage a touchdown play as you've got, to be honest. It would take something miraculous, but I don't know that you take your junior quarterback, drop him, and throw the ball down the field here.
This was Madden. We'd be in the quarter right now.
Yeah. Well, and they are in the quarter, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, there's BJ. He breaks it out to the right and cuts it back up, and he'll have 10, 11 on the carry, and that'll take us to double zeros in the first half here. So Lee County, a little shell shock going into the field house.
Oh, yeah.
22-7 Southeast at the half here. Maybe a bit of a surprise to some folks.
I think so. I definitely think so, man.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the halftime show. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. I am Chris Delambert. This is Jerry Chalmers. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the other side of the break with the halftime show.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
Welcome to the RE/MAX Real Estate Service halftime show, brought to you by New Image Media, only on the NFHS Network.
All right, welcome to the RE/MAX halftime show. Lee County on the road at Southeast Guilford, and 22-7 at the half in favor of the home Southeast Falcons. And this is a bizarre turn of events. Not necessarily because of the scoreboard, but because of what we've seen. Lee County ran 8 plays on offense in the first half.
Never seen that.
We've seen a lot of teams over the years try to keep this Lee County offense off of the field, but Lee County only 2 possessions in the first half. First one, they punched it in relatively easy for a touchdown. Second one, a litany of penalties, and they're going backwards. But in the first half, 8 plays for 69 yards. Now, you're going 8.5 yards a clip. You're supposed to win ball games.
Yeah, man.
On the flip side of that, you've got 8, 26, 32, 35, 36 plays for 151 yards. That's less than 3 yards a play for Southeast, and they're up 2 touchdowns,
Man,
sir.
That's great coaching.
And you're talking about the defensive calls. You're giving up less than 3 yards a play.
Yeah.
Southeast pulling rabbits out of the hat left and right every time they face a third down. They just keep finding ways to convert. 3 time-eating drives, walking that ball down the field. And at the end of the half, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you get the ball at midfield with 5:42 to go. If you've got a perfect scenario in your playbook, you're going to get that thing down, get points with nothing left on the clock. Sure enough, 5:42 on the clock. They run 5:34 of that off, leave 8 seconds for Lee County, punch it in for a touchdown. One of the big plays in the game. We talked about the penalties on that second Lee County drive, but that onside kick that looked like it wasn't going to get anywhere near the 50-yard line at the last minute took a little hop. Lee County a little bit slow to it. Southeast jumps on the ball, steals a possession. That first possession for Southeast, you come out first play of the game, almost get it picked. Second one gets picked, and then Lee County punches it in, and it's been all Southeast from that point on.
And I'll tell you what, if Southeast head coach, he's smiling.
Of course he is.
I mean, if he had a game plan, it is working to perfection right now. If his game plan was to slow the ball down, keep Lee County's offense off the field, it's working to perfection,
Jerry,
Chris.
8 plays in the first half.
Have you ever?
No.
I have not. I mean, the 3 years I've been doing this with you, I have not seen
8 plays in the first half. And I think back to all of the teams that have come in, played Lee County, that have tried to take the air out of the football, keep their offense on the field. We've seen Union Pines do it. We've seen Northern Durham. I mean, we've just seen year after year after year, team after team come in and try to keep that powerful offense off the field. And the best way to defense B.J. Brown, keep him over there on the sideline. 5 carries, 46 yards. He's going for 9 yards a clip, and they're down 2 touchdowns.
That's crazy.
This doesn't make any sense. Jack Martin, perfect. 3 for 3 for 23 yards.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't compute, sir.
It does not.
Doesn't make any sense.
It does not. But we know Lee County to go in at halftime and make some great adjustments. What do you expect, Chris?
What do I expect for what?
Lee County. What adjustments do you see them making? I mean, what's needed from us watching here?
I think that what you're going to see, I think they're going to play tighter on those receivers.
Agreed.
And you've got to do that. You got to take those corners. They're worried about physical mismatches. They're worried about people running past them. You got to take away that screen.
You got to
take away the screen, pack the box, and make these guys beat you through the air.
You got
Period.
to.
Full stop.
You got to. I mean, they seem to have a little success the first 2 plays, but we haven't seen nothing since then. No stop since then. They've been every time that they've had the ball, they scored. Am I correct?
Who?
Southeast Guilford.
Well, I mean,
every possession they've scored.
Well, no, they started the game out with the pick.
Except the one from the pick. Every possession they scored.
We haven't seen a punt yet from Southeast. And I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. That you've got one team that's going for 9 yards a play, you've got another team that's going for less than 3, and the less than 3 is up. But you steal a possession.
Agreed.
And penalties, man. Lee County is a good ball club, but no good ball club is good enough to come out and shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And like I said, Southeast, kudos to the coaching staff and those kids for executing, but they just keep drawing up the plays.
Yeah.
And we've seen, we saw 4th and 9 to close the half out. They get a touchdown. That can't happen.
Agreed.
Can't happen. All right. This has been the RE/MAX halftime show. This is going to be a barn burner. I'm going to tell you what. If Lee County comes out of the gate, puts 6 on the board to start the second half, that's going to be a statement, and it's going to be interesting. If they get shut down and don't put points on the board, it could be rough because Southeast is just going to eat clock.
I believe it. It's
McKinnon already with 18 carries in the first half. If he replicates, I've never seen a high school back get 30 carries in a game.
He's toting the load,
and he's on track for 36. We'll see how this goes. And doesn't seem to be slowing down.
No.
And the other side for Lee County is when they put Caleb Jackson in there, he'll hit you too.
Yeah, he's getting the first down.
He
scored. Hey, man.
All right, here we go. It's a long way back for Lee County, but this is a team, they got to face this kind of adversity, and no let up next week with Panther Creek.
Not at all.
So you come in at 2-0, kind of feeling yourselves. It's time to grab hold and get back in this dogfight. Lee County, interestingly, not leaving the field at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different look, and I don't know how much about that's logistics and facilities here, but Lee County normally would be in a field house somewhere, so that's interesting. It is a cool night, beautiful weather, and like you said in the opening, this is a beautiful facility. This is like what a high school football stadium looks like.
Yeah.
You can plug this in anywhere, and it fits. I love it. All right, we'll see you on the other side, and we'll be back with second half action. We got about 7 minutes until they kick off for the second half. I'm excited, Jerry. How about you?
I'm ready.
All right. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. This has been the RE/MAX halftime show. We will see you with the second half here in about 7 minutes. Welcome back to Greensboro, North Carolina. Southeast nursing 22-7. They are up. Onside kick, no success with that one. That done, for those of you tuning in late, that done out of necessity as the ordinary varsity kicker for this Southeast team is in a boot and can't go tonight. It did turn into a stolen possession for Southeast in the first half, and it was huge. talking about production, we said Lee County went for almost 9 yards a play, but they only ran 8 plays in the first half. Almost 40 plays for Southeast. B.J. Brown, the fake to him. Martin pulls it, looking out, trying to get that screen out there. 2 players out there in the pattern. It was Aiden McCrimmon and Raymond Knott. No, it wasn't Knotts. It was Kamari Butler, who didn't get a look in the first half. Of course, 8 plays, and wasn't a whole lot of folks getting looks. All right, 2nd and 10 now for Lee County. And we said during the halftime show they need points on this first possession. Southeast has been very methodical and run the clock. There goes B.J. Brown. He's trying to get points right now. On 2nd and 10, he goes for 13. Still going mad. Boy, he's running mad now, isn't he? Man. 14 on the carry for B.J. Brown. And a flag comes in late.
Let's see.
All right, so 14 on the carry. Actually, they're going to, where they spotted it, 16 on the carry, it looks like. And at the end of the play, a little extracurricular going on, as they have all night, these officials talking about it. It looks like they're going to walk off a personal foul. So 16 plus 15 is 31 on that 2nd down play there for Lee County. And
Lee County definitely needed.
They are in business. So 16 on the carry. That's now 6 carries for 62 yards for Brown. And just like that, Lee County down inside the 30, looking to strike quickly here. Brown with a carry. Into the second
another big
level.
Carry. B.J.
It's
Brown.
Sideways, and he has 13 more on that 1st down carry. I'm out of superlatives.
Hey, man, you can just hear, give me the ball.
Well, he's running as hard as we've seen him run in a very long time.
Yes, sir. Give me the ball.
A methodical, smooth runner who just sort of changes directions, but he's got an extra little bit of torque behind him right now. All right, Martin looking, has his man, and hits on the throw Raymond Knotts, and Knotts knocked backwards. They're going to spot that at the 12-yard line, so a gain of about 3 on the play.
What
is
that? Loss of 2. How?
All right, Coach Bordeaux not happy with it.
Wow.
So Knott's no gain on the play. That's an interesting spot. All right. Brown again, and wrapped up this time. Nice rally into the football there for the Falcon defense. Gets 1 on the carry. They actually gave Knotts a loss on that play.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
That's whatever.
I didn't see that. I don't know how that happened.
All right. 1 on the carry for Brown, and that brings up 3rd and 10 here.
Big 3rd and 10 play. See if Lee County can keep this momentum going.
15 inside the Remax red zone. Martin from the gun. Hands to Brown on 3rd and long. And Brown's stacked up. He leans forward. He's going to get about 4. So 4th and 6 coming up here. Interesting play call. Offense is out there. They don't even nobody moving on the sideline. Lee County, big play in the game. 4th and 6. They're going for it. No hesitation. 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Martin from the gun. And there's an offsides. That's going to make it 4th and 1. Now you got to feel good about it.
As
B.J. Brown didn't go for negative yardage very often. I'll put my money on him on 4th and 1.
Oh, yes, sir.
4th and 6, that's a little dicey. All right, this offensive line for Lee County, you're surely not doing anything except putting it in Brown's belly.
That's it.
Clock running at 9:45 in the 3rd. Brown with the carry. No. He is wrapped up, and I said he didn't go for negative yardage often. He goes for negative 1 there, and that is Southeast making a play when for a moment they looked to be on the ropes.
That's a huge defensive stand by
And that is
Southeast
what Lee County's not been able to do on the flip side is make that big play on 3rd and short or 4th and short.
It's just like that line got blowed up right there.
Well, they're not doing anything terribly creative in the run game. They normally don't, and they knew what was coming, and they sold out. Well, gotcha.
Well, this defense is back on the field. We've seen this defense all night long. All night long, Chris.
All night long.
There's McKinnon.
And McKinnon stuffed. You asked for that defense to play with a little bit more fire.
Got to,
Maybe
man.
That's the beginning of it.
They got to. Who's going to be that player,
Well,
man?
maybe it's Prince Lamas.
Yeah, you got to have a leader. And I'm looking for that leader right now on Lee County.
All right, 2nd and 11 for the Falcons. No, they're going to come out in a little bit different look here for the Falcons. They've got a bunch package over there on the right side of the formation. They'll play with an H-back on the other side. And the pitch is to that H-back who's going to be swallowed up and
might be a
just
safety.
short of the goal line.
Ooh.
That ball's going to be spotted back inside the 1, so Southeast getting a little cute there, and they're going to lose 4 on the play all the way back to the 1-yard line. 3rd
Big play for that
and
defense.
15 coming up. And on the carry, I don't feel bad because I'm not sure the PA announcer got the guy that's on the carry. Number 5, I think it was Covington, but I'm not certain.
See what we got here. 3rd and long from the 1.
All right, 3rd and 16, 3rd and 16.
A little fire from that
And
D.
they're going to get motion here. There's nowhere to go. They're only about a football length out of beyond the goal line.
I don't think they know the flag is on the ground.
And
There
now
they
they
go.
do. And what's the call? False start. Well, if you're going to get a false start call, this is the spot to do it. Cost them about 8 inches.
Half
So
the distance to the goal line.
clock stop with 8:01 to go. Now they'll wind it, and Davey trying to pull yet another rabbit out of his hat. All right, there's the snap. Pressure's coming. He steps up, and he'll run. And nice open field
Nice
tackle
tackle.
there, and saved a big gain because there was an awful lot of
Nice
green
tackle.
behind him. And that was Terrence McKindle, another one of those McKindle brothers. And now,
Well, that was
my understanding is the kicker had been doing the punting as well.
Chris,
No,
I got to give Anthony
was wrong.
Battle.
I
I
was
got to
wrong.
give Anthony Battle that tackle. That was a nice open field tackle by Battle.
Oh, well, if
Yeah,
you say
hey,
it was Battle,
gotta
I'll,
give it
I'll,
Battle,
I'll take
man.
it. I'm old and my eyes don't work that well. All right, so the punt from the end zone for Southeast. There's the snap. Punt is straight up in the air.
Huge play.
That was punted from the 1. Nice
Well, it'll
bounce
take a
there.
bounce. It'll be a
And
great
in
bounce.
the end is going to wind up being about a 33-yard punt for Southeast.
Have you
7
ever seen
minutes to go.
a shorter, longer punt?
Man, that was a heck of a rollie out there.
Wow.
That traveled about 15 yards in the air
Yeah.
and spun out of there. 6:59 to go. Lee County with a short field. Got to make this one count. Brown in at tailback. He's gone the whole way in the backfield for the relatively small number of plays that Lee County's run.
We have 14 plays altogether.
Something like that.
Let's see. Nice stand by the
All right.
defense there for a change. Hey, so adjustments made.
All right, Martin from the gun. Takes the snap, hands to Brown. Brown, plenty of room. And into the second level. And he will push the pile ahead. He will have 14 on the carry. B.J. Brown quickly approaching the century mark. Now 93 yards on 11 carries. And right back into the Remax red zone are the Jackets. Folks in the booth here felt like there was a block in the back.
Yeah.
I saw nothing. All right, Martin pulls it, throws the screen. He's got a man. And another nice open field tackle for the Southeast defense. That's number 21, Kingston Davenport on the stop, I believe.
Definitely missing Jaden Hill on that screen pattern. That's usually his play.
All right, 2nd and 8. Staying ahead of the sticks. All right, Martin takes a look, snap, fakes to Brown, now gets it out, and that will be a short gain. Forward lean there. He'll get 4 on the catch. That was number 11.
That's Kamari Butler.
Kamari Butler with his first catch of the game.
Tell you what, Chris, Lee County's offensive line, they're not missing too much size there. When they get the gelling, man, they're going to be pretty good.
I agree. All right, 3rd and 4 here for the Jackets, and there is a pre-snap penalty. Well, they're going to warn the southeast sideline. That's the first time, so that won't be a penalty. All right, 5:24 to go. Referees felt like they hadn't been involved enough. All right, big play here. Got to think this is 4-down territory unless something crazy happens, given that they went for it last time. 3rd and 4. Martin hands to Brown. Brown hesitates, now pushing, and I think he's going to be just short. He is. He's about 2 feet short. Needed 4, got 3 and a bit. And I think that was well diagnosed by Southeast there. 4th and 1. Last time it didn't go well for Lee County. They put it in Brown's belly, and he wasn't able to get there. I'm telling you what, man. I am going to find Kentrell.
Yes, sir. White.
55. And I'm going right behind Kentrell White, number 76. All right, Brown with the carry, and he's got that first down. That looked like an awful lot like a horse collar.
Did.
Referee dug into his pocket and then decided against it. Needed 1, got 3, but that was dangerous.
Definitely a first down there. I tell you what, giving a little scoring update. Union Pines High School 52-0 over Western Hornet right now.
What?
Hope County 20, Douglasburg 0, Pinecrest 14, Middle Creek 10, Cardinal Gibbons 16, Richmond County 9, Eastern Randolph 22, Lee 7, and Scotland County 22, Marlboro County 8.
Wait a minute. Give me the East Randolph Southern score again.
I have not got that score. I'm going to find that for you, though, Chris.
All right. Southern, of course, come in 2-0 to start this season. B.J. Brown, touchdown.
Oh, no, they didn't get it.
Oh, they're going to have him out at the 1. So 1st and goal from the 9. Brown with 8 on the catch. All right, 2nd and goal from the 1. And you know, Jerry, we've been doing this long enough, how I feel about running from the shotgun right here.
Yep. We seen it a lot last week, Southern Lee. And there's 7.
And Brown into the end zone. He'll get the 1-yard touchdown run and hit the century mark simultaneously. That's now 14 carries, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns for B.J. Brown. Lee County, interesting here. They're going to go for 1, not chasing points yet. Down 9. They'll have a decision to make next time round. 3:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lee County asserting themselves on offense. Hernandez with the kick. It's up and good. So it's a 1-score ball game, 22-14 with 16 minutes to go in the ball game.
Yes,
we will be back with the kick on the other side of the break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. I'm Chris. This is Jerry. Thanks for hanging out with us.
WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, Lee County in the road whites will be kicking off to the southeast Guilford Falcons. Southeast got punched in the mouth to start the first half and responded well and then dominated from there on out. We'll see if they can do the same in the second. Good coverage there by that Lee County kick coverage team. Ball be spotted at the 31-yard line, and Southeast will come out and try to do better on offense.
I'll tell you what, Chris, what's ironic is you just asked me about the Southern Lee Eastern Randolph game. It was the exact same score, 22-7 up until Lee County just scored. So 22-7, Eastern Randolph up right now on Southern Lee.
All right, we'll be keeping an eye on that Cavaliers game all night. Cavs come in 2-0 to start the season. This their first test. East Randolph a step up from the competition they've played thus far. All right, the hand is to McKinnon. Nope, Davey going to keep it himself, and he'll have the first down, 11 on that first down carry for Davey.
Davey has definitely picked up some good running yards on that quarterback keeper almost every single time.
Well, and, you know, McKinnon with 19 carries already in the ball game, you saw that defensive front sell out on the play action. That's the benefit of having an athletic quarterback.
Yes, sir.
All right, into the game at defensive end for Lee County, Caden Hill on this left edge. I didn't see too many reps from him, man. That
yes, sir.
Got him that time. All right, McKinnon's going to lose 2 on that carry.
That number 70, was that Trey Chubbs? Jesus Salvador. So that's a name that we have not called yet, Chris. Different defensive line we're seeing right now.
That's
for Lee
9
County.
Carries that McKinnon has had that have gone for 2 yards or less. All right, 2nd and 12, 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Southeast behind the sticks, but they've managed to pull it out. There's a jump on the right side of that line. I think they're going to get number 79 with the false start, and that's going to back them up further, but they have stared being backed up before right in the eye. Sophomore offensive lineman Jason Scott. 2nd and 17, still 2.5 to go. And there are some fresh jerseys in that defensive line for Lee County. Davey flips it out there to McKinnon. There's some jackets there, and that's going nowhere. No gain on the reception. And
so what
3rd and long, 3rd and 17.
Heard a lot of number 88, Chaz Osborne, who's one of the 8th quarter kids that's been moved up to varsity tonight. He's supposed to have a very promising future here at Lee County. Hey,
I mean, he's playing in week 3 of his sophomore year for one of the better 3A programs in the region. So, yes, I would say he probably has a pretty bright future, and that's awesome. All right, Davey on 3rd and 17. Southeast time and again has found a way to convert. This is a tough ask. He's going down the field across the middle.
There's a pick.
And that's going the other way.
He's got
is that Peoples on the interception?
No, sir. That's number 20.
And that is going to
25.
Down to the 3-yard line, number 25.
That's Cedric Lett. 25, Cedric Lett, Jr.
So,
big play. Big defensive stand.
Play. And after a first half in which almost nothing went their way, Lee County stepped on the gas and is making breaks here. You know, on that kind of play call, you're throwing it down the middle. You think, all right, if it's picked, it's as good as a punt. Well, Cedric Lett had other ideas, and now Lee County set up inside the Remax red zone at the 3-yard line, and B.J. Brown, false start. That'll back it up, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 8. Yeah, it was all day long. And yet again, penalties. Penalties, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, high school football, we got a penalty. Practice? Oh, my God. Oh, man, God.
All right, change on the offensive line. Checking in for the game. Checking in at left guard. So keep an eye on that. Is Cameron Petty, a very big junior. All right, Brown cuts back, Ooh, going to be wrapped up. Good
Nice
defense. Broke down there. Jermaine Harris, who we saw at quarterback make a big play for this team earlier. And 2nd and 8. Loss of 1 on the play for Brown. That'll take him back down under the century mark. 15 carries now for Brown. And clock running down in the third quarter. Martin drops, rolling, pitches, flips it out there to Brown, and improvises, and Brown goes spin into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackets. And now they are within a 2-point conversion to tying this thing up, but they've got Hernandez rolling out there. I like this. Don't chase the points. Plenty of football to play.
Agreed.
All right, so they got 7 on the reception to Brown. He gets his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Like I said before, Chris, give me the ball.
You know, a little Brett Favre.
Give me the ball.
Brett Favre, Pat
a little
Mahomes
flick
there from,
little flick
from Jack Martin, showing he can improvise. All right, Hernandez for the extra point, and it is up and good. So still trailing a point, but Lee County with 2 consecutive touchdowns, dominating this third quarter. And now Southeast will seek to answer. And I tell you, I like the math there. Because let's say, for the sake of argument, Southeast walks down here and scores a touchdown. You already know they're going for 2, so you've got a chance to, keep it at a 7-point game.
Great.
I love that in the third quarter you're not chasing points. All right, Lee County to kick off here, and Southeast, gut check time for them. They've gotten punched twice here in the second half. And that defense, we talked about Lee County getting leaned on. That Southeast defense being leaned on a little bit now. They're going to want to keep this offense on the field for a while. Are we seeing Lee County taking away what Southeast was doing in the first half, or Southeast trying to do a little bit more than they did previously?
A little more than they did previously.
All right. Alonzo Hernandez to kick for the Yellow Jackets. We talk often about how the Lee County program has been spoiled with kickers, just like their compadres across town at Southern. The difference is over Southern, all of them are related with the McCullum brothers. And I'll tell you what, Brian McCullum, the current kicker at Southern, man, he's got a big leg.
He's got a big leg.
All right,
as we don't see that much.
Deep. No, we don't. That's fielded at the 10, and now with a head of steam. Oh, good open field tackle. That's Jamar Alston getting down there.
Nice hit.
Yes, sir.
Tell you what.
All right, so that's spotted up at the 18. Only 8 on that return.
And you know what we have from Lee County? A different defensive line there. Well, we were talking about them having depth at that position.
This is a completely different unit than was out there the last series.
Yes.
Well, if you're going to say that you've got all these guys that can play on that defensive line, it didn't do you any good unless you roll them out there. Keep your eye on number 0, Julian Best. Fumble recoveries for touchdowns in each of the games, week 1 and 2. Oh,
there's a
different
big
look at tailback. And look out. Number 9 for Southeast gets his first touch of the night. Tariq McLaughlin, where's he been?
Big play.
63 yards on the carry for McLaughlin on his first touch of the night.
Biggest play of the night so far.
For either team.
We calling a timeout. No, they're going to let the clock run down. Well, why they're letting this clock run down, Chris, I just have to speak highly of a young individual I know, Jaleel McLaughlin, who just made the 53-man roster for the Denver Broncos. He was the starting tailback for Notre Dame College, then moved over to Youngstown State, where he broke the NCAA all-time leading rushing record. He holds the most yards in college, NCAA history for running yards, and this kid is right from Spring Lake, North Carolina.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Man, it's crazy, man.
Where'd he go to school?
He started out at Spring Lake Middle. He then moved up to Charlotte to Cabarrus County and won a 4A state championship in basketball. Didn't win in football, but went to college at Notre Dame College. And he has been amazing, man. Just want to give a big shout-out to Jaleel McLaughlin for making that 53-man roster. He started out homeless. He was homeless, man. So the story he has is absolutely amazing. If you get a chance, definitely look him up, listen to his story. If you're a football player, this is the type. This is what you play for. Those dreams there is what you play for.
Whew, powerful stuff. All right, fourth quarter starts out. Southeast hadn't been able to get out of their own way on offense. Big run from number 9, McLaughlin. First touch goes 63 yards and sets them up at the 23.
McLaughlin stays in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you go for 63, you
Yes,
get to
sir.
stay in the game. That's how
Yes,
that works. All right, McLaughlin in there with Davey. 3 wideouts, 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Davey surveys. He hands to McLaughlin again. Nope, he's going to keep, and this time well diagnosed by Lee County, and he'll go for -2.
It's one of those
Terrence
boom
McKendall.
brothers.
Terrence McKendall making a couple plays
You
today.
got Thomas and Terrence at linebacker, the Boom brothers. You know, I've been waiting to say that, both of them on the field at the same time. This is the first year. The Boom brothers at middle linebacker.
Well, you got 3 of them out there, Isaiah, Terrence, and Thomas.
Yeah, man.
All of them with similar games. They played well downhill with good nose for the football, and if they get their hands on you, you're not going much farther. All right, 2nd and 12. Worth noting that Southeast is probably not going to be able to attempt a field goal. McLaughlin with another carry. This time he's not going anywhere. Best leads the charge. He'll get 1.5 yards.
Big 3rd down play here. Oh, we know they got to go for it. I mean, they're in
3rd and 10, so you got to assume it's 4-down territory. I would be surprised if we don't see at least one pass here. So do you run the ball and set up the pass on 4th down? What do you do? What do you do here, Coach? What's your play call? You've seen enough of these guys tonight. They've run 50 plays on offense.
I'm running my screen.
Okay. Well, Lee County playing off in coverage. They're not making it terribly difficult based on alignment. And nope, they're going to fake. Now they're going out wide and over everybody.
Yeah.
And we hadn't really seen that yet from Davey tonight. And now 4th and 10. Last time he had 4th and long, he threw the ball for a touchdown. He baited Isaiah McKendall with his eyes and found a man. He'll be looking to do something similar this time around. 10.5 to go in the ball game. Lee County down a point. Southeast trying to stretch this lead out. Ball's placed at the 23. We've said several times already, big play in the ball game. This undoubtedly is. McLaughlin stays in at tailback, 4 wide, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Got to think ball's going in the air. Here comes the blitz, coming off the edge, down the middle, and he's got a man, and that's going to go in touchdown. That's number 1 on the reception.
That hurts.
Brian Arendt.
As we were speaking of big 4th down plays, man. Big 4th down touchdown.
Right down the middle. And you know that's throwing it right at the best defensive back on the field right
yes,
there.
Yes, sir.
All right, so big play here as Southeast is going for 2 out of necessity. Up 7, looking to make it 9. If they convert here, Lee County got to start watching that clock. All right, McLaughlin still in there at tailback. Davey from the gun. 10:20 to go. Here we go for the conversion. Going to fake to McLaughlin now, rolling, and he's going to get spun out of bounds. So it is 28-21 with 10:20 to go, and Lee County's offense will get a chance to answer. Got to be maddening for the coaching staff because if you've got your full complement of weapons, there's no chance you go for 2 there.
Yeah.
So Southeast, who was on the ropes, answers back, gets a touchdown, stretches this out, makes it a full 7-point lead. Lee County, who's looked pretty doggone good on offense, will look to answer.
I feel a big play from B.J. Brown right here. I know that they're not going to kick it deep, but I feel he's going to have a big play here.
No chance they kick it deep. In fact, I'd frankly, given what they're doing, I think I'd move him up to that second line behind there and get those hands. But Lee County obviously on red alert here for some sort of onside attempt, which is what we've seen all night. And who knows, the coaching staff here, much like, we saw Southern Leaf in particular for years do it.
Yeah.
Onside every time they do it. Jack Morris doing an admirable job filling in for the kicker tonight. And that is pooched out of bounds. That's not what you want to do. That'll set Lee County up with good field position. But, if you kick it out of bounds, you don't have to worry about it going back to the house.
That is true.
So the ball be spotted at the 34-yard line. +5, so it'll be the 39, I believe.
Scoring.
I wouldn't fool with this. The question is, do you decline the penalty and make him kick it again? And I don't think I'm doing that if I'm Coach Bordeaux, but who knows?
Tell you what, scoring update. Pinecrest, Middle Creek, 27-16 Pinecrest.
All right, those of you that don't know, get used to it. Pinecrest is going to beat they're going to beat just about everybody on their schedule. Pinecrest is a good ball club.
And what do you say, Chris? Union Pines, 58, Western Highland, 0 in the final. Hoke County, 20-0 over Douglasburg in the third, and 23-9 Richmond County losing to Cardinal Gibbons.
All right, Hoke making a statement there. Douglasburg, good ball club. And there's always, Hoke is that school. Maybe it's because Hoke County's out so far out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get with Hoke County, but a good win for them tonight. So Sandhills all around having a good night. Any update on the Southern Eastern Randolph?
Still holding 22-7.
22-7. Come on, Coach Blanks. Get those guys going. Martin gets it out late.
There's
and
Butler.
That's Kamari Butler. Gets 11 on the reception. I'm going to tell you right now, Kamari Butler is going to be a big part of this team for the next few years.
Yes, sir.
I think he's still kind of finding his way into the offense here, but there is no doubt about the athletic talent for the sophomore. All right, Brown with the carry. Looking nowhere to go. Now he turns it upfield, and he'll have 5 on the carry.
Staying behind his blocks.
All right, 9:58 to go in the ball game. 45 more yards to pay dirt for the Yellow Jackets. 4 wideouts. Hand us to Brown again. Ducks inside, gets sideways. Needed 5, got 6.
First down, Lee County.
And I tell you, that stat line looking an awful lot like it did last week at St. Paul. Right now,
sir.
17 carries for 110 and 2 touchdowns. Not yet, but it's crazy that if you're on the other side of that, you'll take that.
Yes, sir.
Because it beats having him put up 250 on you. All right, 9:23 to go. First down for the Jackets. And there's the hand to Brown. And that defensive line doing a good job. They'll hold him to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah,
I am concerned from a schematic standpoint as we move through the rest of the season. That what we're seeing is that same running play a couple too many times.
I agree.
All right, fake to Brown. Now he's got the pass, and that is Knotts, who gave up a lot of ground. He's got to get that back.
Blocking.
And he's going to get out to the left side and take on. And there's late coming in.
That's a personal foul.
Well, is it a helmet to helmet?
Look, he was out of bounds.
The Lee County players seem to think it's on them. Those flags came in simultaneously. And what do we got here? Well, it looks like they're walking back that way. It's going to be a hold. And this derailed the offense. Wow. In the first half, and now you got 2nd and a mile coming. That's a spot foul, so it's backed up all the way to
Well, it's
the
that
47-yard line. When you switch fields like that,
that's
it's tough.
That's the
That big
issue. He's
cutback.
coming from one side, going all the way across, and that's not the way that play is designed.
So did they get a crack back on that, or did they?
They didn't call anything yet.
I was watching the ball and didn't see the block that was the foul. We still haven't gotten a call from the officials. This is very methodical, I suppose.
I was thinking it was a late hit out of bounds.
Well, it was a mass of bodies over there on the far sideline, and it's got to be a personal foul because he just wrote somebody's number on the unsportsmanlike conduct.
More?
What?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Wow. And I think that was the reaction from one of the players. It might have been Butler who kind of threw his hands up. Wow. So now you've got second
38.
38.
Jeez.
Wow. All right.
Definitely seen some calls tonight, Chris.
Hey. All right. Second and 38.
So here we go.
All right, Martin. Going to hand to Brown. A lot of work to do. He squirts through there and bounces out. He's going to have about 7, 8 on the carry, but that's not near as much as they need.
I'm still looking for that pass to go down the field.
I mean, it's easy to say that, but when you're, second and 38, the defense knows it's coming too. I mean, I'd love to see it too, but I'd love to see it on 2nd and 5.
I got to try Raymond Brown. He's 6'4", man. I mean.
Well, you might get it here. Martin drops and steps up. Now gets his feet back under him and got to get it out of there. He's going to be dropped for no gain, no sack on the play, but not enough time there. Martin's hurt. That would be a disaster. All right, so 4th and 36 coming up here. 4th and, I don't even know how much it is. 20, 28. 4th and 28 coming up. And Lee County will punt. Martin back up on his feet. Looks like he's going to be okay. The backup quarterback is Aiden Poole, who is a 8-quarter guy. 8:15 to go. Lee County in a position here. Nothing crazy on the punt.
Yeah.
Get this thing and get that defense to get a stop and get the offense back on the field.
Penalties.
Yeah, I mean,
huge.
You talk about it, and hopefully what you're talking about is, we need to clean it up. But this is one of those games where penalties might, they could cost you a ball game.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so after having been down in Southeast territory, the punt only pins Southeast back at the 33. Good field position for the Falcons. Up a touchdown. They have shown that they can run clock, and they're certainly going to try to do it here as they set up shop 1st and 10. I'm sure that we're going to see, I would think we're going to see McKinnon back in there, but who knows? No. And no, we're not. Tariq McLaughlin back in there at tailback. Had the 63-yard run.
He hasn't came out since, I'll tell you that.
All right, so Davey from the gun. Takes a snap, hands inside to McLaughlin. There's a flag on the play. And that's stacked up about a 1-yard gain on the run. We'll see what the flag is. Can't be offsides or false start, or they would have blown it dead. So it's got to be a formation penalty, I would think.
We've definitely seen our share of flags tonight. I'll tell you that.
These guys are not bashful.
Yeah, not at all.
All right, so that is going to be marked off, and it'll be 1st and 15. Lee County with a little bit of a decision to make there. You had a 2nd and 9 or 1st and 15. Coach Bordeaux decides to go with 1st and 15. All right, Coach Bordeaux in 6 years at Lee County never lost a regular season non-conference game on the road.
Yeah.
That's in jeopardy tonight. Davey, hands, McLaughlin picking his way, wrapped up. Look at Lamison. Prince doing his thing.
Yes, sir.
No gain on the play for McLaughlin.
Like Prince hurt his shoulder there.
Well, McLaughlin started with that 63-yard run, now 3 carries for 62. Big baby, they call it.
Yes, sir.
Number 57. He's a young man to watch as the season goes on. 7.5 to go. 2nd and 14. Davey looking over at Coach Bates on the sideline. Now drops, throws it out there quick, and that's going to – oh, my gosh. Yeah, two defenders ran right past it. Might have run into each other.
That's what it looked like.
Instead of stopping it for no gain, they give up 12 on the catch, and now 3rd and short. Who was that on the reception, Jerry? Was it Covington?
I couldn't see his number.
I think it was It was 3. It was Kobe Ferguson with the catch.
Bring up about 3rd and 3. Lee County need to stop here.
All right.
Get it off
3rd and 3, 7:06. Southeast has made a living on these 3rd and shorts. Lee County looking to make a play. And now we're going to get a timeout from Southeast with 7:06 to go. Play clock is running down. They'll talk about it. While they do, we'll pay some bills. We'll see you on the other side of the break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
All right, Jerry, we said it over and over and over again. Big play in the ball game. 3rd and 2 here, and I'm already looking ahead. Is this 4-down territory?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Definitely.
I don't know if I want to give anybody a short field. 7:06 to go in the ball game. The Southeast Guilford Falcons ahead by a touchdown. There is the hand, McLaughlin. Man, I tell you what, better get him. And McLaughlin with another big run, and that's not –
missed tackles. Missed tackles.
38 on the carry for McLaughlin. He'll have almost 100 yards here. No, that's going to put him right at the century mark, I believe. That one burns, Jerry.
Oh, yeah. Missed tackles, you got to wrap up. They're getting a hit on him.
Nothing special in the play call. Ran it into the belly, and he just ran through a completely different profile than McKinnon, who we saw with all those carries in the first half. All right, McLaughlin again, his stutter steps, and will be wrapped up and dropped at the 20. We'll give him 5 on the carry.
Some got that offensive line firing up. They are definitely pushing them off the ball. See some more D-line coming in.
All right, 6 minutes to go. Southeast trying to work that clock as much as they are pick up yardage. 2nd and 5. Playbook's completely wide open here. Davey from the gun's been good all night. Hands to McLaughlin. McLaughlin through that hole again, and he'll be splashed down, but not until he's picked up a first down. Gets 9 on the carry. And now you're running out of bending and not breaking. You run out of room to bend. That's going to be just outside the 10. So they're in the Remax red zone, 1st and 10 from the 11. So they can't get a first down without scoring. I think if you're Southeast, you do want to get a first down without scoring here. But 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Davey from the gun. Takes a snap, hands to McLaughlin. Lee County hadn't had an answer here lately.
At all.
He's going to be wrapped up and stopped at the 6, so 2nd and 5 coming up. That's 120 yards now on 8 carries for McLaughlin, who didn't see the football in the first half.
I'll tell you what, he's came on and shot. I didn't see anything on the scouting report about him, well, as far as at all.
No. I don't even know if he was in the book, to be honest.
All
right, 5 minutes to go.
Here tonight.
So Lee County up against two enemies here. One, they've got to keep this Southeast team out of the end zone, but they've also got to get this football back. All right. Davey from the gun, 2nd and 5. Takes a snap, hands to McLaughlin. Nope, he's going to keep and cuts it inside. Touchdown, Southeast, and now it got really, really difficult for Lee as they're down 2 touchdowns, 34-21 with 4:42 to go. Woo!
We have not said this in a long time. As we spoke up on the road, non-conference game, Lee County's in trouble.
That's the understatement of the night, Jerry.
Yes, sir. They're in trouble.
They are in trouble. They've been in trouble all night. Yes, now they're really in trouble. All right, 4:42, especially given that they've done next to nothing in the passing game. Running that belly play, hoping for one to break, is a tough strategy in a situation like this where they need points in a hurry. McLaughlin stacked up, and he's in there, and that's huge. That makes it 15, 36-21. And Lee County not only needs 2 touchdowns, they need at least 1 2-point conversion, or they're going out of here 2-1. Tough night.
Tell you what, you spoke of Southeast Guilford's program being in the playoffs every year. And with this coach right here, he's showing me something.
I mean, the heritage here goes back a lot farther than Coach Bates. Coach Bates has done his thing since he got it. This is year 4. But, again, this is a program for the last 14 years been in the playoffs. They know how to win football games out here. And, they're not impressed with anybody coming up from Lee County. There have been times tonight where I think both of these teams have looked like the dominant team.
Yeah.
But the breaks have gone Southeast way, and Jackets are up against it right now.
And as you spoke earlier about BJ moving up onto that second line.
And he did.
And they did.
All right, Brown, number 7, is on the right side of the formation in that second tier of players. That's an effort to try to get the ball into his hands in a broken field situation. And I think that the Southeast coaching staff sees that, and they're pointing, this is the guy you don't want to kick the football to. Now, he's going to run across the formation because they're kicking it to the other side, and Lee County taking the prudent course, falling on that, which is exactly what Southeast wanted. All right, Anthony Battle on the recovery there, but that meant no positive yardage, and Lee County now with a long way to go, set up at the 33-yard line. They not only need to score, they need to score quick. And I don't know where that comes from, because that's asking the offense to do something it hasn't shown it can do yet this year.
Period.
And frankly, struggled with for a couple of years, is getting the ball down the field. And it's worth noting you're missing one of your down-the-field threats. Oh, my gosh. Kamari. Oh, no, that was number 18.
Wide open.
Zayden McCrimmon ran right past his defender, and Martin never saw him. Instead tried to dump it short, and it was incomplete. Had he gotten his head around to McCrimmon, McCrimmon was a mile past the defender.
A mile.
They say McCrimmon, number 18, is the fastest of the Jacket receivers. Yeah. Well, they say that. The receiving group doesn't say that because they all say they're the fastest, but McCrimmon can fly. All right, Martin now on second down, swings it out and has a man who spins out of bounds. That's B.J. Brown on the catch. He'll have 6, third and 4 coming up. All right, 3rd and a long 4, maybe 5 here. The Southeast coaching staff wants a timeout. They get it just before the snap.
Give a little scoring update. Eastern Randolph 29, Southern Lee 7.
Well, Southern Lee, I was concerned. We saw them last week. Very impressive. Yeah. But very one-dimensional on offense. And the fact they got 7 points on the board would lead me to believe that probably was the problem, that Eastern Randolph saw tape, sat on that run, and Southern wasn't able to throw the ball around. Oh, I thought the lights went out. I thought we lost power. That would not have been the first time that we've lost power at a game.
Yes, sir.
All right, 4:28 to go, 3rd and 5 coming up. Lee County, obviously 4-down territory here. Southeast, if they make a stop here, well, you can fire up the bus. Jack Martin in at quarterback in the gun. B.J. Brown in the backfield has taken every rep at the tailback position. 4 wideouts. Martin looking. Got a man just short of the sticks, though. Now fighting and might have gone. I think that's Kamari Butler on the far side. Going to be close to a first down. Looks like they're waving the sticks ahead. And they are. So he needed 5, and that is a first down. Kamari Butler with good, strong running after. I think it was Butler.
Tell you what, McCrimmon, if he can get that ball down the field, McCrimmon's wide open.
Oh, well, there's not too many people in the state can cover McCrimmon.
Yeah,
there's pass interference.
Definitely.
That'll stop the clock and move the ball down the field. McCrimmon has gotten their attention, I can tell you that. I'm going to have McCrimmon check out. I like that. Get him a bit of a breather here so he can run him down the field a couple more times. That, at some point this year, Lee County will get to the point where they can take the lid off of defense.
Yeah.
But right now it just doesn't look like it's in sync. Martin not even looking out wide at those guys running down the sideline. And it's a track team out there. When you add Jaden Hill back into that mix with McCrimmon and Butler and Knotts, those guys can all fly. All right, Martin from the gun. Drops. Plenty of time. Gets it out over the middle and dropped. That was Butler there trying to run with it before he caught it. And clock will stop with 4:11 to go. With the exception of the fact that we might have missed a touchdown there to McCrimmon down the left sideline. I like what I'm seeing from the offense. Martin looks in rhythm, not panicking, but they're going to have to make a play. Now Brown with the carry, and he's breaking out of there. He's going to have 6 on the carry. Tick, tick, tick. 20 carries for 126 now for Brown. 3rd and 4 coming up. Clock inside 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Lee County still with a full complement of timeouts. Martin drops. Pressure right up the middle. Now he's going to run. Plenty of room. Needs to get out of bounds.
Nice play.
And he'll get 6 on the carry. Martin's first carry of the game. 3:40, and the clock is stopped. That's a Remax first down. Or excuse me, that's a Shed Depot first down. Got to give those guys props. Ball's be spotted about the 31-yard line, and the Jackets got to be looking at the end zone here for too long. All right, Martin fakes. Now, looking down the field. He's got his man. Got man coverage, and great defensive play there on the back end. Covington, who we've seen on the offensive side of the ball, stayed with McCrimmon all the way, managed to bat that thing away. They're going to get something in the backfield, and it's a hold. They're going to back that up. So all the way back to the 41.
Penalties. Here we go.
Yeah.
I wonder how many penalty yards they've given up tonight.
It's a lot. That's all I got. I'm keeping stats. You're going to have to keep that. You have to step up your game.
Woo, Chris,
I can only do what I can do.
Hey, when you got one like this, it's a little tough.
All right, here we go. From the 41, 1st and 10, 3.5 to go in the ball game. Lee County needs 2 touchdowns. Martin drops, looking to do something quick, throws that out there late. Don't do that again. And here comes the flag.
The ball
late.
wasn't there. It never got there.
Now they're going to say behind the line of scrimmage. The officials are going to talk about this because that never made it back to the line of scrimmage. Martin looking there for Raymond Knotts. Raymond Knotts got wrapped up.
It was before the ball even got there.
The footwork was a mess on that. They're going to get pass interference. Lee County gets bailed out here with 3:29 to go. They would have been facing 2nd and 20, and kind of fortunate that wasn't picked off. That'll be one that they look at on tape, and coach tell him, don't do that again.
Ever.
All right, so back where they started, actually a little bit better. Back up to 26, 1st and 10 for Lee County. Enough time theoretically right now to get 2 touchdowns, but you can't let too much clock run off before you do it here. Martin takes a snap. Throwing out wide. Has a man. That's going to be a first down. I think that's Benton on the catch. That's a name we haven't called very many times. Nope, it is not. It was 18. It was McCrimmon. Man, a tough spot. They're not giving forward progress. That's not the first time on a pass we've seen that. McCrimmon with 9 on the catch. Brown darts, and Brown in for a touchdown. Beautiful run there. 17 yards on the carry and the touchdown. 21 for 143 and 3 touchdowns now for B.J. Brown, and 3:02 to go in the game. You go ahead and go for 2 right now, Coach, right?
I agree.
I'm asking. You tell me.
You have to right now.
All right, so it's 36-27, down 9. The problem here is if you don't get the 2, the game's effectively over because then you still need 2 scores. But they're going to line it up. Ooh, that's a 3-man front. I got to give it to Brown. Brown, he's going to go. He's going to walk in, and that's on a night where Southeast has gotten the right play calling on both sides of the ball.
That was a miss.
You got to do better than that. That was a 3-man front. That was going to be good all day. All right, so now it's 36-29, 7-point ball game, 3:02 to go. Lee County has all 3 timeouts. This is football right here, buddy.
This is football. This is definitely football.
All right. Whew! I'm out of breath.
Hey, Chris. I'll tell you what, too, Chris.
Talk to me, Jerry. 3:02 to go.
Bradley Brown has scored. B.J. Brown has scored every single touchdown tonight, so that makes 4, not 3.
Well, he scored 1 via pass.
Yeah.
He has scored all. He's accounted for all the scoring for Lee County. Now, here's my question: onside kick here, or do you kick it deep and try and play the short field? They've done a good job in kick coverage.
Man.
Now, it is worth noting that in week 1, Southeast took one back to the house.
I'll tell you what.
But I mean, what's the theory here? Are you trying to steal a possession?
You got to go onside kick here.
Hernandez got a full complement of pooch kicks, onside kicks, and the rest of that. But he also has the ability to kick it, down there around the 5-yard line. And he's going to
put some foot in it. Yeah.
He kicks it over the head of the return man, who backtracks all the way to the 10. Now with a head of steam is wrapped up. Ball be spotted at the 24. And Coach Bordeaux going the cautious route, I suppose. The way this pays off is we've seen in the punting game, not great from Southeast.
Yeah.
If you force a 3-and-out, put that punting team on here, you might end up with a ball on the good side of the 50. But you got to play defense. And they haven't had an answer from McLaughlin since he checked into the game. Number 9 is the guy to watch here. I cannot imagine that unless they get forced to on 3rd down that they're going to put the ball in the air. But who knows? All right, Jonathan Davies had a great night at quarterback, has made just enough plays all night. He's going to hand to McLaughlin on 1st down. That's going nowhere. That ball's out. Ooh, a loss of 3, but that could have been an absolute disaster. All right, 2nd down. Lee County electing not to use a timeout. This is at 2:30. Clock will be down at about 2:15 when the ball is snapped. Southeast obviously in no hurry, up a touchdown here. 2nd and 13. Lee County walks a man up into the box, and that is stuffed. McLaughlin did a good job of getting out of there. Now Coach Bordeaux is going to use the first of those timeouts. Clock's going to stop at 2:10. 3rd and 11 coming up after the 2-yard gain from McLaughlin. And I can't help but wonder, Jerry, if McKinnon, did he hurt himself in the first half?
I don't see him.
I mean, 20 carries in the first half. We haven't seen him in the second half at all. I don't see him on the sideline. And, yes, McLaughlin's had a great night, but McKinnon has been their bellwether back this season. So I have to think something happened
No, he's what's his number 2?
4.
4. I do not see him on the sideline.
Well, that's quite a turn of events, and McLaughlin is still in there at tailback, or is he? Nope. Now McKinnon checks back in.
Okay,
I
there
hadn't
he is.
seen him. Now he's in there. So McKinnon, for I believe, as best I can remember, this is the first time in the second half he's been in there. 2:09 to go, 3rd and 11. Do you put the ball in the air, or do you play it safe, run the ball, and let your defense play?
You got to expect a pass right here.
All right, big play here because an incompletion stops the clock. 2:09 to go. Lee County's got two timeouts left. McKinnon cuts it back inside. Big play, McKinnon. And looky there, needed 11, got 13, and Southeast pulls yet another rabbit out of their hat. 2:04 to go. Clock will start when they set the chains. Another first down, the ball game's over. This one just got really tough anyway. This will go all the way down to 90 seconds left by the time they snap it. So McKinnon hadn't been around. That is his biggest run of the night. On his 21st carry, 13 yards.
What a time to have it.
Man, I tell you what, and they're going to walk this clock all the way down. Boy, that one burns. All right, McKinnon this time, and I'm going to tell you what, this is going to leave 2nd and 2, and Lee County running out of they need a miracle. They're going to call a timeout there, 2nd and 2. Man, I think I put 11 in the box.
Yep.
Go goal line set.
Got to.
And Lee County got an injury, man, down as Isaiah Peoples is banged up. Wow, what a performance tonight by these Falcons. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. I mean, when they needed to play, they got that
Every
play.
time.
Every time.
Every
time. From different
3rd and 11.
From different running
3rd and 11.
You give up 13. It's happened all night long. I mean, 3rd down efficiency and 4th down efficiency tonight for Southeast Guilford has been amazing.
Hey, we talk often about Lee County and the fact, they run through the pre-season or the non-conference schedule, come out the other side 4-0. This conference is never a cakewalk. Playing in Sandhills, you got Pinecrest, you got Scotland, you got Richmond. Hoke County's going to play you tough.
Agreed.
You know what? They got a tough matchup against Panther Creek.
Yes, sir. They may come out 2-2, Chris. You never know.
Just saying, and you go into conference schedule, at 2-2, even 3-1 is not safe. McKinnon stacked up and going to be stuffed for a loss. So 3rd and 4 coming up. Bordeaux going to use his last timeout. And Southeast just needs one play here. 3rd and 4, 1:17 to go.
Huge play.
And I'm going to tell you, so even if Lee County gets the stop here, they're going to get this ball back with about 35, 40 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, anything's
But
possible.
if they don't get a stop, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So you got to sell out, stop this. I think Davey pulls this and goes on his own.
I do too. That play's been there all night long.
It has. And we'll see if Lee County can stop it. But I would imagine Davey's going to keep this ball in his hands. 3rd and 4, 1:17 to go. This could be the last meaningful play of the ball game. Davey tucks and runs. There he goes. And that's the first down, and that's your ball game. Southeast is going to escape with the win, 36-29.
As we stated, Chris, called it. Called it.
And they'll go into victory formation. Lee County will drop to 1-2 on the season.
2-1.
2-1, I'm sorry. And, Southeast gets out of here at 2-1 as well. And, two evenly matched ball clubs, I think.
I would say
both had their highlights this year or this evening. This is going to be a tough L. It's going to be a tough one to swallow.
It's going to be a tough one. But when they go back and they watch this film and they count up these penalty yards and they count up these 3rd and 4th down, how successful they were on 3rd and 4th down, that's going to be a killer. Monday morning.
Well, and you know,
I'll be a killer, man.
Look, you know as well as I do, you're going to have a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks out there in the community. They're going to talk about the play calling. They're going to talk about the scheme. They're going to talk about this, that, the other.
Wasn't that?
Look, that offense, when you look at these numbers, the offense did what they needed to do.
They did.
You got your feature back on the other side, went 22 carries, 76 yards. That's less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah. But then you have McLaughlin at what?
Well, I mean, he gets the one big, the two big runs, but it was about the timing of it.
The timing.
And, they made big plays when they needed to make them. It is what it is. It is what it is. And maybe, in the bigger scheme of things, as this season goes on, you and I have talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
That defense can't wait to get fired up.
Exactly.
They got to come out of the tunnel ready to do what they did for periods of this game.
Yeah, this is going to be a long bus
this
ride.
hot and cold.
It's going to be a long
play
bus
good ball
ride.
clubs, man.
Long bus ride back to Sanford, North Carolina, man.
It is.
And both Lee County teams, Southern and Lee County, will both be headed back down the road with their first loss of the year, coming from the same direction.
I know, and just
5
days ago we were talking about the possibility of these guys, these teams both coming in at 3-0.
Yeah.
And now here we are at 2-1, and a bit of a wake-up call perhaps for everybody. 36-29 looks to be your final unless something crazy happens here. But I think that this is a young, talented group. A lot of football left to play.
Oh, yeah.
But wins are going to be tough to come by in the Sand Hills.
Yes, sir.
And this is, this is
big
uncharted territory.
This is a big one. First time in years they've gone into conference play with a loss.
Well, now they had the loss against the squad from Charlotte during COVID. That one I don't even count, frankly. All right, here's the victory formation. Again, I hate being in the shotgun here. All right. A seasoned team here running this clock down. A successful snap here will be it. This will get them, it's going to be close. Clock inside of 10. Davey going to take that snap. Takes a knee. They're going to have to do it one more time. Nope, they're not. Play clock is at 38. 2-second differential. They don't need to run another play, and this is a big, big W after really getting pounded by Dudley last week.
That's big.
This is a good bounce-back week for Southeast. I'm impressed.
How many teams can say they came in and beat Lee County?
Not many.
And especially in non-conference play, you don't see that.
A heck of a performance from the Southeast Falcons. We'll go straight into the post-game show. First Bank post-game show. Jerry, we've kind of talked and wound this down over the last little bit. As everybody's trying to squeeze in and out of here, you're on the wrong camera. Look, Lee County, if you look at the numbers, you peel this apart, you look at this game as a series of cut-ups. Mm-hmm. I think Lee County could say, hey, look, we performed well. The problem was they gave away, there was a stolen possession on the onside kick.
Yeah.
There is the wasted drive with the penalties where they look to be moving down the field. This is a good Lee County team. It's not a good enough team to play unclean football against a squad of this caliber. They got burnt tonight, and maybe this is a learning moment, a teaching moment for the coaching staff. I've said before, and I'll say it again, they cannot wait to turn it up on defense. That defense has to come out fired up, ready to shoot, play downhill from the opening whistle. They did not tonight. And to be honest, maybe the interception worked against them because there were probably some folks on that sideline were like, all right, here we go.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was the highlight of the game for a very long time because the rest of the second half or the rest of the first half was all Southeast. Credit to Coach Earl Bates and this squad here at Southeast. They played a heck of a ball game. And I think that Dudley game was an aberration. Not a whole lot of teams going to be lining up wanting to play these guys. It's a good ball club.
I agree, man. And I'm going to tell you, outside of that, Lee County will definitely players that are missing tonight. As like I said, Jaden Hill, Ronnie Hooker. But you as a player, you got to put that on yourself as well.
Next man up.
Yes, sir. You got to put it on yourself.
There's enough talent on that Lee County ball club.
By far,
you
got to make up for that
and clean up a little bit of that stuff. Lee County,
Yes, sir.
It is what it is. But on any given Friday night, And these, this isn't like there was a physical overmatch or there was some disparity here. Southeast, a good ball club.
Yes, sir.
Lee County came in here, and they're not accustomed to losing non-conference games in the preseason. They did tonight. And now it's a question of whether they can get right and deal with Panther Creek, because Panther Creek is no slouch coming into Paul B. Gay next Friday. I'm excited about the game.
Yes, sir.
But it's gut check time for Lee County.
Agreed.
And I think next week's going to say a lot about this group of young men. This legacy here at Lee County, got to get right. That's all I got, Jerry. That's all I got.
That's all I got, man.
All right, B.J. Brown, we're still tracking him, chasing history. 143 yards on 21 carries, 3 touchdowns, and added a touchdown in the passing game. Pretty good night statistically for Jack Martin at the quarterback spot, but in the end, the penalties and all the things that went down conspired against the Jackets, and they come up just short in a game where they needed one more possession. They couldn't get off the field. And on 3rd and 11 with a minute and a half to go, you have to be able to stop the run.
You give up 13 yards.
Big
plays, man.
It is what it is.
Hats off to Southeast Guilford.
Yes, for real. All right, I'm Chris. This is Jerry. We're out. Peace.
Funnel cakes at Zaxby's? Sweet! Fried to perfection and dusted with powdered sugar? Sweet! Paired with a caramel sauce that's great for dipping, dunking, or drizzling? Sweet! Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
First Bank presents the post-game show on the NFHS Network. Brought to you by New Image Media.
Funnel cakes at Zaxby's? Sweet! Fried to perfection and dusted with powdered sugar? Sweet! Paired with a caramel sauce that's great for dipping, dunking, or drizzling? Sweet! Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.